Evening world. It's Ivan O'Mara here. Just my camera here. What you guys see in the background. Evening world. This is Ivan O'Mara here again. This is going to be another very interesting video. I just woke up. I went to bed in the morning around 7, and I slept till like 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. So I just woke up. I just woke up like right now, and I went upstairs and got a coffee. Ivan, what do you do all day? I pretty much just I sleep. So usually around the time I wake up, I get a coffee, I have a smoke, and I make the video around 6 o'clock. And then I upload it. Usually around I usually finish my video around 8 o'clock, 8:30 around there. It takes a good hour to upload my videos. So I upload it, and then within around like 9:30 it gets uploaded. And around 9 I take a shower, and then around 9:37 I go to the store and get beers, or I get beer and smokes, or I get like smokes. And usually by the time I come back, my video's uploaded. That's pretty much what I do, man. And then when the video gets uploaded, I enjoy this show and I watch games, watch YouTube videos, games on YouTube, that kind of stuff, for a couple hours. And sometimes I even go back and I get a laugh at my older videos. My videos are interesting to watch. Sometimes I go back and watch my older videos on my channel. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, it's 6 o'clock and I go back to bed, obviously. Let's see. And it's making these videos has become a habit, obviously. As I've been making videos like for 2 months straight every day, obviously. Right? I'm gonna keep saying this, world. Today, I'm not joking around. I know you guys think I'm playing games. I'm not playing any more games. Today is the final day before my final announcement, guys. As I'm making my final announcement tomorrow. As my series is, the countdown has now ticked. Is you only have 3 videos left to me, guys. You have today, tomorrow, and you have the day after tomorrow. And after that, I am done, guys. I'm not making more videos for you. Obviously, that's how you know I'm not playing around. I know you guys think I'm this. I know this is a game to you guys. I know you guys think like, oh, Ivan's joking. You never do that to us. Like you think if you think for 1 second after what you did to me, I'm gonna take my time to make videos for my Sabotage channel. You don't keep me behind the scenes. You don't talk with me in public. Guy. You think I'm gonna let you do like that? I'm not gonna do like that, man. You made me pay a price to be with my wife, and you're also gonna pay a price to you. That's how it works, man. You can't have your full cake, man. And you not separate me and her, and you not cause this fucked up mess and have me die to be with her. You would have been in our glory. You would have been a part of the experience. I would have made many videos for you. Because you chose to betray me and touch my wife, and now she cries tears every night. It's fucking annoying. It pisses me the fuck off. And this mess haunts the fuck. This mess haunts me so much. Sometimes I feel like running away, man. I feel like, oh, man, should I just be single, man, and just be on my own? Because this mess fucking haunts me, man. Yeah, man. As I told you, I can be a virgin forever for the rest of my life. I can be single. Yeah, Ivan, you can really be single. Yeah, man, I can be single for the rest of my life. I can easily be single, start Skysers, be on my own. I can stay a virgin for the rest of my life, no temptation at all, man. Because I'm not, that's how holy I am. Obviously, you cause this mess in my life with my wife. You think I'm gonna let you do like that and have me have sex with my stepmother? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how fucked up you guys are. Have me have sex with my stepmother, trap me with sharing her death. You know what I'm saying? And have me have sex with all these dirty women in Hollywood and have me die afterwards. You think I'm gonna let you do like that and have me make rules for you? Because you guys are fucking crazy people. Nothing but a mess. And I'm not kidding around, man. I remember that one doctor, man. Like my step family, they sent me to the hospital for sitting in my room all day long. Ivan has a mental illness. And what about you guys? You guys are 10 times crazier and more psychotic than me, man. Fucking 10 times crazier and psychotic than me. You act like my VJ's on my wife when you know she's my wife. Because you guys are 10 times what? You're crazy. You're 10. You fuck her behind the scenes and you come home and you act like she's not my wife. You guys have the guts to say, I have a mental illness, I'm the crazy one. When you guys are 10 times crazier than me, you're fucking crazy psychopaths, man. Nothing but a mess of with me, man. Yeah, man. And that doctor, I shut her up for good. She's like, Ivan, you have a mental illness, you have psychosis. I'm like, what about you? You won't even let me see. I haven't seen my wife since birth for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? You guys won't let me see VJ for 30 years, obviously. So you let all these animals in Hollywood, these assholes in Hollywood, see VJ for free. You let my stepbrothers see her for free, and they're not, and she's not even their wife. And Ivan Amir has to pay to be with her because you guys are fucking crazy people. You're nothing but a mess with my man. And you think you have control of a relationship when you don't. She is not your wife, and I'm not your fucking husband. I know you guys. I know you guys know deep down. Yeah, Ivan. We know we don't have control of your relationship. We're just fucking envious, and we don't want you being together. Yes, because of your envy, you somehow think you have control of my relationship when you don't, obviously, because you're fucking crazy people, man. And that's what I'm gonna tell the step families when they sit me upstairs. Ivan, you have to share or die. I'm gonna ask. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna ask you this question: who on this earth gave you the prerogative or authority to think you have control of a relationship when you don't? She's not your wife and not your husband. No one, Ivan. So no one gave you that right, but you just think you have control of a relationship because of your envy. So because you're envious, you somehow think you have control of a relationship when she's not your wife, not your husband, because you guys are obviously what? You're crazy psychopaths, obviously. Psychopathic behavior, yeah. You're crazy psychopaths. You're nothing but a mess of white men, man. You're fucking crazy people, man. And I'm not kidding around, guys. You can see the future. You know I'm not making more videos here after this. The countdown's ticked now. As tomorrow, I'm going to be making that final announcement. I'm going to talk about my life. I'm going to split it into 2 parts. So I'll make the first video tomorrow, and I'll end it off with the second video tomorrow, obviously. And once I say this is it for Ivan Amir, I'm officially peacing out for good. I hope you will enjoy this series. I hope I entertain you guys. I hope you guys learn from your evil and wickedness. I wish you guys made the right choice when your wife were born and not cause chaos and war and mess in our lives and kill me to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? This is the series we miss for generations to follow. This is Ivan Amir. I'm officially signing out. Peace. Once I say I won't say I'm officially signing out. Peace in my first video. I'll say I'm officially signing out. Peace in my second video, my second part. So I'll be nice enough. I'll split my miscellaneous series into 2 parts. There's a lot of things I want to talk about in my life, man. Since Montreal, obviously, Hull, the family used to come over for Christmas. Good moments, obviously. All my so-called friends throughout my life. I'll talk about some of the good, even though like they weren't my real friends. Obviously, I had some good moments with my so-called friends. Obviously, smoking weed, getting drunk, parties. You know what I'm saying? I remember my best friend. He had a brother. His brother had an apartment. I used to go to his apartment like a lot. I had good moments there. Smoke weed, watch movies. You know what I'm saying? Parties at that apartment. You guys know who you are, obviously. I have good moments. You know what I'm saying? My one of my best friends. I used to hang out with him every day. Every day, obviously. You know what I'm saying? The guy who had a rich father, and the guy who had a rich cousin. Those 2 guys were like my best friends. But the guy who had a rich cousin was like I consider him to be like my bestie. The other guy was like my second close best friend, man. We and him were tight, man. I hung out. It's funny because I hung out with the guy who had a rich father. I hung out with him even more than my best friend in grade 11. I hung out with him way more times. I hung out with that guy a lot, man. But the other guy was still like my best friend, but I hung out with that guy a lot. He'll even be like, yeah, me and Ivan was like because I'm white and I'm special, he obviously considered me to be his best friend. One of not his best friends, honestly. He'll even tell, I don't know, he tells his wife or something like that in the future. You know who you are, yeah, me and Ivan were tight in grade 11. Ivan was like my best friend, man. Ivan was like my best friend. I had other pretty good friends too, but they weren't like my best friend. I remember this other guy. I remember this one guy. I smoked weed with him quite a few times too. He was in my English class. Like he's my age. He was in my grade 10 English class. Me and him, he was a pretty good friend of mine too. You know who you are. Hung out with him quite a few times. I went to his house. I smoked weed with him, and we used to go to this place. We smoked weed together. You know who you are. Yeah, me and him were pretty. He wasn't like my best friend, but we were pretty good friends. He knows who he is, obviously. He's a chill guy. Supposed to be chill. Yeah. You're looking at an amazing video tomorrow. I'm going to talk about my life, guys, since birth. That way you guys know what I went through. That way once you trap me with sharing her death, and I cry my eyes and I choose death and I save my wife, obviously you guys will know what this man went through to be in a relationship, just to make money in this world. And hence why when I come back from death, you guys are going to cry your eyes out. But it's too late. You made your choice. You caused this mess in my life. As being with my wife comes at a price, man. You guys don't see the price I have to pay because you're blind by your envy. Once I come from death and your eyes are open, you're finally going to see the price that I have to pay to be with my wife. And the price that VJ had to pay to be with me. Even though VJ's going to pay a price to be with me, it's not as bad as me. It's not as bad as me, man. The price that I had to pay to be with VJ is very, very horrific. As VJ had lovers, man. VJ had many, many lovers. Whereas Ivan O'Mara didn't have any lovers. Ivan O'Mara just had casual sex with these women. Which is still a horrific price to pay, obviously. Victoria Justice will pay a horrific price to be with me too, but it's nothing compared to the price I had to pay. As Victoria Justice, like Ivan O'Mara is just pretty much Ivan O'Mara. The price that VJ has to pay is the fact that Ivan fucked so many women, obviously, in his porn business, and he had some casual sex with them, one night stands, that kind of stuff. But I told you, no lovey shit's gonna go down with me and these women. When I mean lovey shit, I mean I'm not gonna develop any feelings for any of these women. Was Victoria Justice, she was stupid and she developed feelings for all these men, and lovey shit went down. Because VJ was fucking stupid. That's why when she cries, and I just ignore her and I call her a crazy bitch. Yeah, because she really, really pisses me off, man. She cries all night long, and I told her, look, shut up. You're a crazy bitch. You're fucking evil. I don't want to hear you crying anymore. And she keeps fucking crying, obviously. Because I don't mean to be rude. Even though the world set the whole thing up for VJ, man, Victoria Justice, man, you're fucking evil, man. The fact that you did this to your husband, man, you let all these men in Hollywood just get the best of you, knowing that you had a husband. You knew I'd have to pay this price, and you, oh, Ivan will never know about this, so I'll just be stupid because Victoria Justice is fucking something else, man. Yeah, I'll never know, but I'm not stupid. I found out about the mess, and I'm not stupid. The reason why they call it a mess because lovey shit went down, man. That's why they call it a fucking mess, obviously, because you had lovers. You had many, many lovers, especially your three boyfriends. Your three boyfriends, the three guys are the ones who VJ obviously loved the most, obviously, because she dated them for years. Whereas the mess that happened in Hollywood is flings, small love flings for like 2 weeks. You fuck a guy for 2 weeks, you fuck a guy for 1 month, you develop feelings with a guy, and you love him a little bit, obviously. Whereas Pearson Fode, Reeve Carney, you know what I'm saying, Victoria, and what? And Ryan Rotman, you dated those guys for years, hence you obviously love those guys a lot, obviously. Because she dated them for years, obviously. Whereas the mess that happened in Hollywood is flings. Flings. Even though it's fucked up, obviously, it's obviously flings, obviously. Hooking up for 3 weeks, hooking up for 2 months, hooking up for 3 months. Whereas Pearson and Reeve, you dated those guys, you dated them for years, man. Because VJ was stupid, obviously. Yeah, I'll call this video final side video before final announcement. I think it's cool to call that. Final video before final side video before final announcement. Yeah, you guys all gonna be like, oh, is I really done, man? Yeah, guys, I'm done, man. After I make that final announcement, I am done, man. And you know I'm done. You know I'm not gonna do like that. You know I'm peacing the fuck out my wife to this. As once I pay this fee, all I'm gonna think about is being king. I'm not even gonna think about the Super Samurai channel. And once I find out how wicked you are, and I find out how rich my stepfamily is, how they hid the wealth from me for 30 years, I am never making any rules for my Savage. And I have to have sex with my stepmother. I am never making any rules for ever again on the Savage channel. I have to die with my wife. I'm never making rules ever again on my Savage channel. As I don't play around with this garbage. I don't play around with their garbage. I don't play around with what? With death, man. As I told you, where do you think they get that in the Bible? How Jesus was in agony before he died. It's a symbolism of me, obviously. The day before I die, I'm going to be in agony. Jesus prays to his Father, Lord, save me. Lord, save me, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to have to rely on my Father, which is myself, obviously, my spirit, to save me from death, obviously. As once you die, you're gone, man. You're gone. And it's because I'm the source, obviously, I'll come back to life, but like I'm going to have to rely on my Father to resurrect me from the dead, obviously. It's a horrific thought to knowing that you're going to die, man. Like, dying is like getting knocked out, but the difference between getting knocked out and dying, knocked out, you're not dead. Knocked out, you're just unconscious. Whereas dying, you're literally dead, man. Your body's no longer functioning, obviously. I told you, me dying, this feeling of me dying is like getting knocked out unconscious. 1 second I'm gone, the next second I wake up. I told you, it's a horrific thought to die. You put me through that mental anguish and horror, and if you think after putting me through that I'm going to make videos for it, you're fucking crazy. Because you guys are crazy psychopaths, man. You're nothing but a mess of with me, man. And you guys may always make fun of my mental illness. Even though I know VJ's a crazy bitch and she cries all night long, you know what I'm saying? She's fucking annoying. And she's crazy, obviously, and Ivan has a mental illness. You guys are 10 times crazier than me and her. You guys are fucking crazy psychopaths, man. You're nothing but a mess of white man. And you know it. You know full well you guys are fucked up. Yeah, we're fucked up people. Yup. You're fucked up people, and you're nothing but a mess of white man. You're crazy fucking people, man. Fucking crazy people. So stay tuned tomorrow. I'll talk about my life from birth. I don't remember anything in Saskatchewan, guys. Last memory of life I had is when I got knocked out of that rock. And you know who you are. My stepbrother knocked me off the rock. I remember. I'll tell you my story. I remember we just moved to what? We just moved to Montreal. We stayed in that shitty apartment. So we moved to Montreal from Saskatchewan. I was 4 years. I just turned 4 around there. It was summertime, I believe. And I remember I was walking outside. And I'm sitting towards the park. And I remember I looked. The only thing I remember is I looked in the corner of my eye. And I saw my stepbrother. He came with a huge rock. And he, all force out, he knocked me out with that rock, man. Yeah, man. And I remember I woke up in my bedroom. And that's how you know what. That's how I know you guys are obviously, you're wicked people. You're crazy psychopaths. Man. You want to take a big rock and knock out a 4-year-old kid, man. Because when it comes to me and VJ, you guys don't give a shit. You want to break every moral code in the book to what? To prevent. You knocked me out that rock. I know why you did. Because before I got knocked out of that rock, I knew about my wife. And I knew I was God, obviously, because VJ is connected to me. I knew VJ was my wife. And I knew what? I knew what? I knew I was God. The moment I got knocked out of that rock, I lost memory of my identity. And I lost memory of my wife. And that's why you guys were able. Had you not knocked me out of that rock, guys, I would have warned VJ about getting infected, man. Because VJ is connected to me. I could have warned her. Because I lost complete memory of VJ and my identity, I couldn't protect VJ anymore. Hence why you guys knocked me off that rock, so you can infect her, obviously. And it's improving what? How wicked you guys really are, obviously. I don't know, my step-parents knock him out. Knock him out. That way you can infect his wife, because you guys are wicked people. You want to do anything. Yeah, I'm willing to break every moral code in the book to prevent, you want to break every moral code in the book to prevent me and VJ meeting together, because you guys are crazy psychopaths. You're not going to mess with my baby, man. And now that she's infected, now she cries every night, because you knew she'd cry these tears, guys. And you knew I'd have to die, suffer death to save her. And you chose to infect her anyways, because you guys are what? And that's why I'm proving how wicked you guys really are. You guys knew that I would have to die. I would have to die for my wife. You knew she'd cry these heavy tears every night, and you fucking go ahead and infect her anyways. Because you guys are something else, man. You're nothing but a mess with me. You want to knock out a 4-year-old kid, man. A 4-year-old young kid, you want to take a big rock and knock him out with a rock. All because you're envy of the relationship. Because you guys are crazy psychopaths, man. You're nothing but a mess with me, man. That's why I shut you guys up the fuck. Yeah, you shut us up. Yep. If you do this to me, I'm going to shut you up for good, whereby you can't say shit anymore. You can't say shit. Because you guys are fucking evil people. You're morally evil people, man. You're nothing but a mess with me, man. And you know the countdown's ticking, guys. You only have, this is the final video before the final announcement, guys. And tomorrow, stay tuned. I'll be making that final announcement. I'll talk about my life in depth. When I was in Montreal, I used to play a lot of hockey, street hockey, with this older guy. He was an Indian guy or whatever his name is. He used to play. He played hockey in Montreal, obviously, and we used to play a lot of street hockey with him. We also played street hockey with older guys too. Street hockey with 17-year-olds. When I was 8 years old, we used to play street hockey with 17-year-olds and all that stuff. Back in Montreal, back in 1998, 1999, we used to play a lot of street hockey in Montreal. Yeah, I remember those moments, man. Yeah, man. In that shitty apartment, obviously. In Hull, we moved to Hull after that. In 2000, we moved to Hull. We lived there for 1 year. And I remember living in that apartment in Hull, obviously. We lived in the apartment next to Film and Write. Film and Write's another English school in Quebec. So you have Film and Write and you have Darcy McGee. Those are the two English schools in Quebec. In the Aylmer-Gatineau region. Those are the two. So all the people who are English, they either go to Film and Write or Darcy McGee. And all the other schools in Aylmer and in Quebec are all French. Whereas the people who are English, they go to either Darcy McGee or Film and Write. Those are the two English schools in the Gatineau, Aylmer region in Quebec, obviously. So I lived right next to Film and Write. I lived in that apartment. I lived in the apartment right next to Film and Write back in 2000. We lived there for 1 year. It was a nicer apartment than the one in Montreal, but it was still a shitty apartment, obviously. And then later on, we ended up moving to this house in 2001, and I've been living here for 20 years now. So at 9 years old, I moved to this house, and we lived here for 20 years. Yeah. Hence why I told you. Hence why I set everything up where I and VJ are guaranteed going to peace out. Because once I find out how rich my family is, I'm going to be so shocked. I'm going to have that flashback of my life, man. Living in that apartment in Hull, living in that shitty apartment in Montreal, even moving to this house is going to shock me. As this is, if you're a billionaire, if you're someone who's a billionaire, multi-billionaire, and you're worth close to $1 trillion, this is the ghetto, man. This is a beautiful neighborhood, obviously, but for someone who's a billionaire, this is the ghetto, man. You shouldn't be living in a place like this. In other words, me and VJ were supposed to be living what? The billionaire life with the gatekeepers, obviously, because they're the royal families. So you would have seen me and VJ living the billionaire life with the gatekeepers, living in their nice ass mansions, being flown on their jet, you know what I'm saying, limo services, all that stuff. We would have been living the royal life with the gatekeepers. Yeah, that was you guys saw that glory. That was a life me and VJ were supposed to live, obviously. Me and VJ are born, and then her family would have raised VJ, and my family would have raised me, and we would have been, had the doors been open on me and they not hid their wall, they would have been in our presence, and we would have been living the billionaire life with them, obviously. And they would have opened the doors for us in Hollywood. You would have seen me and VJ doing, I don't know, at 3, 4 years old, you would have seen me and VJ do commercials together in Hollywood. The Stepfamilies would have created a bank account for us. And so all the money that we made in Hollywood, the Stepfamilies, gets deposited into our account. And at 18, me and VJ would have moved in together, obviously. And by 18, me and VJ would have been multi-billionaires, obviously, because me and VJ are God. We make easy money, obviously. You guys saw that glory, man. You chose. It boggles my mind to this day. You chose this rip-off sex. You chose to cause a mess in my life. And now when me and her king queen, you're left behind. What did you gain by doing this, guys? What the fuck did you gain by doing this? I don't understand, man. You know all you men who bang these, you got your rip-off sex. You got your trashy rip-off sex. So even though you supposedly got a piece of her, you know you got ripped off, guys. Your spirit ran away. You know what I'm saying? All you women in Hollywood know you're gonna get rip-off sex from Ivan. And now when you kill Ivan to be his wife, and Ivan and VJ cry heavy tears, and now when Ivan and VJ are king queen, you left behind. What did you gain by doing this, world? So you chose our rip-off sex and causing mess in life because of your envy and being left behind over seeing that amazing glory in Hollywood and being safe forever, man. You made this fucking choice, man. You guys are rep people, man. Yeah, man. I don't know what to talk about, you guys. I'm just gonna talk about random things I'm thinking in my mind. Because I told you I ran out of ideas to talk about. And tomorrow I'll be making that final announcement. I'm gonna talk about my life. Look at interesting video for that. You guys are all gonna be, oh my god, is I really done, man? I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm done, man. As after I make that final announcement, I am done. I'm not making more videos for you. I'm gonna take those 2 days off, go to the park, have a smoke, get a laugh out of my old videos. I'm gonna go upstairs bravely and let my family know I'm done my book. Either True Nature will eventually show, and yeah. So going back to the Stepfamilies, you know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about. Had the Stepfamilies let me and VJ be together, you guys would have seen the lavish life. Me and VJ would have been living the lavish life with the Stepfamilies. The $1 billion life, man. You see what I'm saying? Because they're the royal families, obviously. We would have been living the $1 billion life with them, like being flown on their jet. You know what I'm saying? There's a good chance me and VJ would have went to a rich private school. Would have guaranteed went to a rich private school. We probably would have went to school together. Yeah, me and VJ most likely would have went to school together. Yeah, they would. There's a good chance me and VJ would have went to school together. We would have lived probably pretty close to each other, and we would have went to school together, obviously. But even though me and VJ would go, so me and VJ would have been king and queen celebrities. Would be celebrities from kids, from child to what? From child to adulthood, me and VJ would have been celebrities, obviously. King and queen, obviously. You would have seen me and VJ doing commercials as kids. You guys saw that glory. Me and VJ doing commercials as kids, obviously. There's guaranteed they would have made even a documentary of me and VJ. If me and VJ went to the same high school, me and VJ, they probably would have done a documentary of me and VJ in high school together and all that stuff. They guaranteed would have done something like that. Me and VJ are high school sweethearts. Yeah. You guys saw that glory, obviously. Me and VJ would have done movies at a young age. Guaranteed me and VJ would be doing movies at a young age. Being on the news at a young age. Being featured on magazines at a young age. You guys saw glory. Yeah, we saw your glory, Ivan, when you and VJ were kids. So cute together, obviously. And we saw your glory when you and VJ were younger teens, obviously. Teens, like 13 years old. Oh my god, so cute. Such a cute couple, obviously. And in the moment you saw it, and you saw our glory when we were like 18 years old. And the moment you saw us as adults, that was when you let your envy take over, because you knew, yeah, When I and VJ are kids, they're very cute. You know what I'm saying? When they're teens, they're cute. You know what I'm saying? When they're 18 years old, they're very cute and hot. They're very cute and beautiful, obviously. At the moment you saw me and her as adults, yeah, Ivan, the moment we saw you and her as adults, you're like, holy shit, they're smoking hot. Yeah. You saw you saw me and VJ when we were adults, when we were 20s, 25, 30 years old. Me with my beard, me and her with the glowing beauty. You saw that and you're like, that's when you let your envy take over. And you made the wrong choice, guys. Ivan, put yourself in our shoes. If you were in God, would you like? Yes, man. If I was the gatekeeper, if I was the gatekeeper and God and his wife were born into the world, I would let them be together. I would never cause harm in their life. Even though I will tell, look, man, even though it pisses me the fuck off and I can't stand it and it pisses me the fuck off, sometimes I just feel like killing them. It pisses me the fuck off. I can't stand it and it drives me nuts. You know what I'm saying? Even though I can't stand being together, man, they're God. You know what I'm saying? Let them do their thing, man. Guys, if we don't cause harm in a relationship, if we cause harm in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be left behind, man. I'd rather be saved than be left behind. Don't let your envy let go of the envy, even though it pisses me the fuck off, let go of the envy, let them be together. I would never ever separate. If I was a gatekeeper and they were and God came to earth, you guys know I'm saying, yeah, we know you because I'm good, obviously. You guys know, yeah, we know you wouldn't say yes. I would never do this to someone, regardless of my envy. Even if it pisses me the fuck off, look, man, even though it pisses me the fuck off and I can't stand it, man, I can't stand these two being together. Don't cause harm in a relationship. Let go of the envy. Let them be together. They created us, obviously. Don't cause harm in a relationship. We touch. I even put a rule. Don't. God put a rule. Don't touch his wife. We touch his wife. His wife will cry tears, and he has to die to be his wife. And these two guys are gonna peace out. And we're not gonna be saved. And then you would think you guys would make the right choice because you guys are supposed to be good people, but you're not going to be wicked people. But you guys failed to test, obviously. Me and VJ tested your goodness, and you guys failed to test miserably, man. You failed. Just like Victoria Justice failed to test miserably when you set the whole thing up for her. You guys failed to test miserably when we were born. You guys let your envy take over. You let your envy take over so badly you're willing to have me and her share forever for the rest of our lives. And you let your envy take over to the fullest. Yeah, Ivan, we just let our envy take over. We couldn't let go of the envy. Yep, you couldn't let go of the envy. Hence why you caused this fucked up mess in my life. And you're willing to even trap me with sharing her death and kill me to be my wife because you guys are crazy people. You guys have been a mess. And the moment you guys made this choice, that was the moment I washed my hands on the world. And I gave the stepfamilies over to the reprobate mind. I gave you the world over to the reprobate mind. As the stepfamilies I told you are the gatekeepers, they're multi-billionaires. VJ's family and my family are worth close to 500 billion. My guess is, I don't know, 800 billion, worth like, I don't know, $700 billion, $800 billion around there. And they have at least a good 200 billion, 250, $300 billion in the bank around there. They're fucking loaded, man. That's why me and VJ are going to be so shocked when we find out how rich they really are, obviously. How powerful they really are. I'm going to have that flashback of my life. That's why I set the whole thing up over I and VJ are guaranteed to peace out. Yeah, man. I set the whole thing up over I and VJ are guaranteed to peace out. And VJ will guarantee have that argument with her family, guaranteed. Because it's finally going to hit her mind, oh my God, if my family are the gatekeepers and they're powerful and rich, why did they have me be a porn star to pay the bills in the house? To cause mess in Ivan's life. Yeah. And VJ's gonna figure it out, oh my God, like you purposely set the whole thing up for me. You purposely caused mess in Ivan's life, and now Ivan's suffering for this. Yep. You caused mess in my life, and now I have to suffer for it, obviously. As I told you, being with VJ comes at a price. It comes at a heavy price, man. As it comes at a fucking price, obviously. Sometimes when I go to bed at night and sleep, I'll be thinking about the horror mess, obviously. There might even be sometimes when I want to be able to sleep, and VJ's like, what's wrong, Ivan? I'm like, nothing. You made me pay a price to be with her. Yeah, man. Obviously. And you made VJ pay a price to be with me too. Sometimes VJ won't be able to sleep either. VJ might have a tough time. Well, VJ will sleep well because VJ will see the light when she dreams about me every night. But there might be some times when VJ won't be able to sleep either. I don't know. I'm sleeping, and then I hear VJ get out of her bed, and I hear her go into the terrace. I'm like, honey, what's wrong? And VJ just a bit sad because the mess happened. Yeah, but it won't be as bad for VJ compared to me, obviously, because what happened with VJ is horrific, man. It's a horrific mess, man. As VJ had lovers, whereas Ivan O'Mara didn't. I'm not gonna have any lovers when I pay this fee. It's just casual sex. I might hook up with someone on the side, and they might confess their love for me, but I never developed any feelings for any of these women, whereas VJ actually developed feelings for some of these men. Because VJ was stupid, obviously. She was fucking stupid. Obviously. That's why VJ, you know, sweetie, you know me being with you comes at a price. Yeah, and I know, yeah. VJ knows being with me comes at a price. But because VJ loves me so much, and she's blinded by her feelings for me, she doesn't really see. She's like, oh, like even though it's not fair to Ivan, and Ivan doesn't deserve this. I can't do without him. I love him so much. Yeah, obviously. And you caused mess in my life, and you made me suffer to be with my wife. Obviously, you think you made her suffer to be with me. And you also killed me to be with her. If you think you're not going to pay a price, you're going to pay a price too, man. That's how it works, man. Because you can't have your full cake. Obviously. As I'm gonna have to hire Hollywood actors for all my movies. If I want to get good quality for my movies, I'm going to have to hire the Hollywood actors. To what? Hire the Hollywood actors to be my movies. I had no choice to hire Hollywood actors because if you want to get the best movie possible, you have to hire the Hollywood actors. I can afford to pay them their millions, hence why I'm hiring the Hollywood actors. They're the best of the best. But I know that all these men touch VJ, hence why what? God knows what happened with all these men. Hence why me being with VJ comes at a price, man. That's why when I fly into my office, I'm gonna I'm gonna be happy because I'm famous now. I'm gonna move a movie star now. But I might even give some of these guys some dirty looks because I know they touched my wife, man. That really, really pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? So all those guys in Victorious, you know what I'm saying, all those actors for Zane's, I know all those men touched my wife. And so when I fly into my office, I'm gonna even though I might give them a little bit dirty looks because hey man, like you fucking touched my wife, which pisses me the fuck off, obviously. But even then, I'm so nice enough to pay you a rich salary and I'm willing to spoil you because that's how nice I am, obviously. And VJ will have that shitty feeling too when those women get phoned to my office. Because guaranteed I'll be having sex with those women. And VJ will, oh my god, you woman touched my husband. Yeah. You made me and her pay a price to be together. Especially me. Even though VJ's paid a price, it's nothing compared to the price I have to pay. As VJ had lovers, man. Because VJ's stupid, man. VJ actually had lovers. Whereas Ivan, the only VJ, with VJ's price is the fact that Ivan had sex with so many women. He had a lot of casual sex with women, obviously. Whereas Ivan paid a huge price, as VJ had a lot of casual sex with men too, but she also had lovers, man. She had the fact that the mess happened. VJ had many, many lovers, many, many lovers. I don't know, 100, 200 lovers, man. Because Victoria Justice is something else. She's fucking stupid, man. She pisses me the fuck off, man. Show my cat out here.